Hey YouTubers, what's poppin'? East New York's finest host by Mike. Yes, I need to shave. I got the George Jefferson thing going on. Anyway, it's been a good and weird, strangely sad, terrifying, and then back decent again weekend. I didn't really go thrifting that much this week. Well, last week, because today's Sunday. Starting of a new week, and Saturday ends the weekend. But anyhow, I didn't get much Friday, and I actually no, I didn't do anything Friday. Did I? I did a garage sale. Ended very early. It took me a little over an hour and a half to set up. Then I was out there for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. Then another hour and a half to 2 hours to put everything away. And I knew I was going to the toy show Saturday. So I made money on Wednesday. I sold a nice Barbie collection to the same lady that brought the 68 Barbies from me back in October, I believe. So we worked the deal out. I was very happy with it. She was happy with it. She can make money on it. I made money on it. So that's what's up. And then another girl I know, her and her father, they come to the flea market. And, I mean, it is what it is. And, they brought some stuff from me as well. I did post the stuff up and posted up like 3 days prior. And I got a couple of offers. A lot of disrespect on Facebook Marketplace. It's like Craigslist. A lot of children and people just being people, being imbecilic. It's no such word, but you guys know what I mean. And so she made, I basically, like what I was asking high on Facebook Marketplace. We worked out a deal for just a little around $100 less than what I posted, which was fine with me because if somebody else would have offered me like $50 to $75 less than what we agreed on, I still would have took it because I was still making money. But anyway, it worked out great. So I already had the money to thrift. I mean, for the toy show. Yeah, I didn't have to go in my pocket. I very rarely. I mean, very rarely. That's like, I mean, so rare that you got a better chance of a crackhead who worked their butt off to get high giving you $100 for free. That's how rare I rarely go in my personal pocket to buy something. Everything is recycled. And when I say recycled, it's recycled money from recycled toys. I really mean like that statement I made about the crackhead thing. That's how rare it is for me to go in my own pocket to get into this stuff. All this is recycled from money from everything. Like if I brought a unit like 4 years ago or 2 years ago, right? All that just recycles itself. That's how I keep it moving. I don't go. Personal money is for important things. This stuff is important to me. It's nostalgic. I love it, but it's not as important as health, my family, and being able to make sure the lights are on and people can feed their stomachs and wear clothes on their back. That's extremely important. And saving for a rainy day, because I know a couple of guys in this industry, in the toy and collecting industry, that both, one individual family went to social media to help fly the person back here and help, put them away. And this guy had a huge statue collection. And then another friend of mine, his mom, put him away. He didn't have anything. He didn't have any girlfriend or kids. Thank God for that, though. And, the mom had to do it. So, well, the mother and father. And his collection is even bigger, and it's just amazing, man. It's like, really, like, and I don't understand how people can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on any of this stuff, statues, hot toys, any of that stuff, and they can't even rub two pennies together to pay for the cheapest trivial life insurance for their loved ones. Like, it's crazy. And speaking of that, somebody I know, really nice guy. His daughter buys from me. Him and his son very rarely, but they also sell at the market too. Really nice guy though. And it's a family affair. His son-in-law, his daughter, who just gave birth about a month or so ago, or close to a month or whatever. His wife, his other son, and sometimes his other son comes too. So he's got 3 kids. And it's a family affair. Like, they all come and they sell. They're vendors. They buy and resell. And nice guy. And he passed away. He passed away right in front of us at the flea market, in front of hundreds of people. And the first responder thing came over. The authoritative first responder thing I used to be came over me, and everybody got together. Let's put it this way: everybody got together and showed humanity. Everybody got together and saved this man's life. It's like 1 minute the man is sweeping, the next minute he's dead. Like released himself and everything in front of his son and his wife. His son is like in his 20s, and his wife obviously around his age, around my age. We're all around 60ish, and they were panicked. Like, I understand, it's your loved one, but sometimes you got to put that aside. Panic, but at the same time, you have to think rational to help save this person's life. Because what if that happened in the storage facility where they brought a storage unit or whatever, and by the time one person is going to run to try to call help and or go to the office and get the office to direct the first responders there, this person could be dead. You know what I mean? And being that a lot of people chipped in and everybody was taking turns doing CPR, the Heimlich maneuver, CPR, chest compressions, all that. Well, not the Heimlich, obviously. And then the ambulance finally got there and they used the the machine, and everybody helped save this man's life. And to come to find out, this happened yesterday, and late last night, he's actually, he did an open heart, a stent, and he's actually talking to people. This is a man that was dead. Like, he was gone. Like, he relieved himself. He had no color, no response, and everybody helped massage his heart, give him air and help bring him back. And then the machine helped do the rest and helped keep him there. He became more responsive. He came through. Come to find out, he had I don't know exactly how much, but he had a real clog in his arteries, and that's what did that to him. And I am just so happy that someone else is able to talk to him, and it's like it's an accomplishment. People say you're a hero. You're not a hero. You're doing what you're supposed to do as a human being, from one fellow human being to another, whether their family there is not or not. There's always somebody out there that loves this person. And I'm the kind of person, even if I don't like, I could despise an individual. If I see somebody in that kind of hurt, I'm gonna help. It doesn't, at the end of the day, you gotta put aside your pesky nonsense and help another human being, because you will always hope that the shoe was on the other foot. Somebody will help you regardless on how y'all feel about each other. That's still a human life. The only thing in life that's sure outside of love and the loved ones you touch is death. And how you live your life and how you die is meaningful to a lot of people around you. And to me, that's very important. Being a family man myself, I'm a tough SOB, but at the same time, I am a human being. You know what I mean? I may be an a-hole and this and that, but I am still human. I cried as a baby, and I get sensitive like anybody else. It is what it is. And to be able to know that this guy had no life, no pulse, changed color within the fraction of a couple of minutes and all that, like, he was gone. And for him to tell me, I want to get the hell out of here, and he's already, like, that is just better than anything I'm going to show you guys right now. Like, I had him on my mind the whole time at the show, because I did go to the Jersey Con show, and I dealt with Mythic Legions, and I think my 21-year-old and Isaiah, my 13-year-old, was getting a little agitated, and my son was like, "Dad, you gotta stop thinking about it," because I enjoyed the show, but I really didn't, because on the way leaving the flea market after my 4th, because I was gonna only go walk around one time, I said, all right, let me walk around twice because more people showing up, and I really wasn't trying to spend the money because of the toy show, and I know I was gonna find stuff I really wanted at the toy show, and hope I would find more. And I did pretty well. And the whole time, all yesterday, this man was on my mind. So after the toy show, we came home, we sat down, ate, relaxed. And then I decided to go back out to my boy Eddie, because my boy Eddie was working his G.I. Joe deal probably since September or October. And the guy drove all the way from Tennessee, sold him a huge 1,200 figure, a 1,200 most complete G.I. Joe figure lot. with only 2 vehicles, 2 Night Force vehicles. So I'm pretty sure this guy had a lot more stuff, and he sold off some stuff because being that they were in the works. Now, I don't think Eddie gave him money, and things weren't really guaranteed at that particular time because it's a huge, you know, you look at 1,200 GI Joes, you're like, yeah, that shouldn't be much. Yeah, a lot of these figures are anywhere. A lot of these figures go in a couple of hundred, especially. I mean, even without weapons. I did pay a lot yesterday. I really wasn't trying to spend that money. And after what I spent yesterday at the show, and then to go to him, and I was like, dude, I really didn't want to come out. But I'm like, you know what? He's going to have a lot of figures I'm going to need. Especially if he brought a huge collection from a G.I. Joe collector. I mean, I think he paid too much if that's what he paid for what he got. Because I've seen a lot of figures that do have cracked elbow things. Now, I do understand, you know, cheap Hasbro, Kenner, they all use cheap plastic. Nowadays, people use better materials, and toys nowadays are more for collectible. They're more collectible for adults than they are for children. You know, like not a lot of people sit here and take Marvel Legends out and play them. They display them, they review them, and then they either turn back around and sell them, or they just display them. You know, because nowadays kids don't play with toys. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, and you got more adults that play with toys and take them out the packages than what they were meant for. And back then, you know, these things did have play. Some people probably, you know, played with them a little bit, but took care of them. Some people probably just, you know, do what we do now, which was very unheard of back then. You know, back then a lot of people didn't just take stuff out of packages, review them, because who's gonna walk around with a camcorder? Yeah, and this is this and that, and then where you gonna post that? Like, there was no social media back then. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but I mean, from what he said, I still think he should have did more due diligence. Because I mean, I personally don't think he paid what he paid. But hey, if you're gonna tell me that's what you paid, I'm not calling him a liar. I just don't really see the rationale on what he paid for him. Yeah, 1,200 figures. Some figures are worth anywhere from average 10 to 20, to up to a couple of hundred. But how many of those couple of hundred figures do you have? And I don't know. But anyway, I did get that stuff. And that was yesterday. I think I showed you guys the videos of the other stuff I picked up. It was I mean, you know, I brought one box of Marvel Legend. No, I'm sorry, Mythic Legion stuff. And I think it was like 10 figures. And one of those big orgs, like a snow org or something like that. And that was it from there. Then another guy I brought some stuff, and this Bumblebee was actually one of them. I realized it was a keychain one. So what somebody did was they clipped the loop. What I should have did was, because he had it in his case, I should have looked on the back of it, because I asked him, was it a original Bumblebee? And he was like, yeah. And then I was like saying to myself, well, why is it only $10? But I was like, whatever. It's a 2001 keychain edition. So I'll probably hold on to this and then turn right back around, wait for the next show. Maybe I'll find him there and just tell him, hey, listen, I want a refund on this or whatever. Because he told me it was original, and it's not an original Bumblebee. I should have kind of like really spent more time in thinking about it, just because I was like, okay, $10. But his prices are relatively cheap on a lot of stuff, but I should have thought about it more. I had, you know, again, I had what happened in the flea market yesterday still on my mind. I still can't get that image, get his face out I can't get that image out, even though I know he's okay now. I just, you know, it's a traumatic experience. You know what I mean? Whether his family was there or not, this is still a human being that has loved ones, and, you know, a human being that, you know, that was gone and came back. And knowing that I was a person that helped do that just makes it even more special and traumatic. Being the fact that my actions, along with so many other people around, helped give this guy a second chance in life. And I just pray that I can have that happen for me. And I just can't get that out of my mind. And I also picked up Thrust, G1 Thrust complete. And then from that guy Matt, like I said, I know 2 Matts. One Matt, I know just Jerry's boy. I met them all back in 2000, like way back from the first Comic Con that New York did. That's a while ago, like at least 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even 6, or close to 7. I don't remember. And I met them all there when I was doing armed security for my boy in Toy Tokyo, for Lev. And it's just ironic how time flies and how small the world is, because here it is. I moved out to Jersey, and They both go to the Columbus Flea Market, and they both live around that area, around the adjacent area of the Columbus Flea Market, which is an hour drive from me. But not that Matt, which is ironic because the other Matt also goes to the Columbus Flea Market, and he has a partner in like a shop where he buys and sells as well. And I met him through other people who told him about me, and he realized I collect G.I. Joes, and me and my boy Dave wound up buying that G.I. Joe collection off of him. So that particular Matt, he did sell me the G2 Optimus Prime with the black trailer, but I think it was a mistake. He gave me a good deal on it, but it had roller and all the weapons in there, and the missiles and stuff, but it did not have the fists. So I gotta remind him to find me a pair of fists, because I purchased it thinking that it was complete, and it wasn't. I mean, I don't think it was. Obviously, it wasn't intentional, but I just want to keep reminding him so he knows. That's one reason I brought it. I only brought it because I thought he was complete. If I knew he was missing the fist, I wouldn't have brought it even if he gave it to me for 70% off. Because I'm really trying to get Transformers stuff complete. Because like, it's harder to find Transformers stuff with original parts. Because like some of the reproductions on those are way far advanced in G.I. Joe stuff. Because you can't. It's very hard to tell a difference. But I would know. I'm a very funny person. I have OCD when it comes to a lot of stuff, and me knowing that I have one part that's not original will drive me crazy. It is not even about the resale value, just the fact that to me it's not complete if it doesn't have the. I don't care if it came from somebody else's. It didn't come out the same exact box from that particular piece, but just knowing that it's an original part versus reproduction, I don't care. I rather if something called a reproduction piece costs $20 versus paying $80 for it complete or the original. I prefer to save up and get the original than to buy that particular piece just because it's a $20 reproduction. Whether you can tell a difference or not, that's just me personally. Speaking of that, this camera is pretty good. I got this camera, a new camera, obviously better high quality or high def, what we want to call it, high definition view. Even a better mic built inside, and I was just messing around with it, and I was like, wow, why is it so dull in here? And then I'm looking, I'm like, oh snap, the damn thing actually has lights. It has like a LCD light thing around it, and I'm like, yo, that is pretty dope, man. So now I could show videos better. So yeah, anyway, speaking of the stuff from yesterday, so of course yesterday that ordeal that happened early in the morning, then from there midday, me, Mikey, and Isaiah, we went to the toy show. And we got stuff. And then from there, came home, chilled for a while. Isaiah stayed home with the dog while me and Mikey went to my boy Eddie's storage. And I purchased a lot of G.I. Joes off him. I got 22 to be exact. 22, everything came up to around $1,700. Remember, my boy Eddie is my boy, but at the same time, he's a reseller. And he does toy shows, and now he deals with Whatnot, and he's an eBayer. So he did give me a discount. He gave me a discount on everything that came up to $1,700, and I still brought it because if I get it elsewhere, it's gonna cost me a lot more in the long run. And the longer you wait on certain figures that are harder to find, the more expensive they become. And I'm the kind of guy that I'm a completist when it comes to certain things, and I'm like, you know what, I prefer to get it. But ironically, there's a good chance that because I got them from him, I'll probably want to find them in the flea market from somebody else real cheap someday. You never know, because there's been plenty of times where I went thrifting and I came across the G.I. Joe dinosaurs. Both of them. And every time I look in the book, I'm like, oh shit, I've seen this. And I know it was that specific one. And now because now I'm on the looks for it, and now I'm back into the G.I. Joe collection, I don't see it nowhere. So it's just ironic how fate and how things work like that. You guys got excuse me if I'm itching. I don't have bed bugs or something like that. It's like for the last week or so, I've been itching. I've been scratching a lot, especially since... now I'm up to like 400 push-ups a day. And that's why I'm getting even more trimmed and more slimmer and stuff. I mean, I already lost almost 100 pounds, but, it's just crazy, man. That's why my head looks so big compared to my shoulders. Because you remember years ago, my shoulders are here and my face was like bloated. So it's like now I'm like, it's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? But I feel good, man. But outside of that, so today I woke up late, not late, but I did get there maybe about 10 to 12 minutes after. You technically, even if you pay for the month in Columbus, your spot is guaranteed until 6:30. Once they start letting other like the regular dailies in at 6:30, if somebody takes your spot, you're done because you're supposed to be there exactly at 6:30 or at least 5 minutes prior. Because if somebody takes your spot, you have to find another spot unless they just park there. You show them the ticket, say, hey, listen, I'm monthly. Sometimes they could be a-holes or just be like, nah, I'm staying here. You gotta go somewhere else. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can't get mad at them because that's just the rule. I mean, you know better. You gotta be there at 6:30. Doesn't matter where you're coming from. Leave earlier. But I was lucky enough to get my spot, and of course, I'm only in that spot this week. And then starting the first week of April, I'll be in my N39 spot, the regular spot that opens up, which gives you get more money that way. Because like the way the spots are, and people gravitate more toward the old area, which is like the money area, the area everybody and their grandmother wants to be in. When it's like spring through fall. That's the area where everybody goes to because those are like the monthly guys, and everybody know the monthly people have better. 9 out of 10 have better stuff than the dailies. You know what I mean? And that's just the area everybody gravitates to more. Always, it's more of an attraction than the new area, which is only open during the winter months because they don't open the whole that whole market area. It's a big market, and so I did get a couple things. I did buy one guy. He had 2 whatchamacallits I picked up. I'm gonna show you guys that, and he gave them both to me for $80, which is pretty good. And another dude, he had 3 bins of loose Lego stuff. I'm pretty sure there's some other miscellaneous stuff in there too, but I did pick up all 3 bins. He gave me such a good price on it. I paid $250 for 3 bins of loose Lego. You're probably like, yeah, I mean, most Legos cost me like $80 to $90 per bin at one of my local thrift shops compared to everybody else. A lot of the other thrift shops, they charge, if you're lucky, $190 now per bin, which is crazy, but Legos are like plastic gold. And I picked it up knowing that, Hector would want it. And so we'll probably do some trade on that. I mean, obviously, he'll either give me cash and or trade. I'll preferably want cash because I still owe Eddie a lot. And on top of that, I have like another 30 or something figures that I got to pick up from him. And I still didn't even go through. I don't even think I went through 80% of the stuff he had because he had like 4 or 5 boxes. And I went through like a box and a box and less than a half. It was so intimidating and so much stuff. And I was tired. And I was like, dude, I can't go through the rest of this stuff. Because I would have kept adding, and I probably would have wound up owing him like over $3,000. Because I already owe him, out of everything came up to 17, we agreed on 14. So which is still cool. He knocked off $300. So y'all probably like, damn, that's crazy. Listen, man, whatever. To each his own, right? So again, that's where I'm at today. Then today I went toy hunting, which I really didn't want to do, but again, I got the retro G.I. Joe. The retro He-Man, Masters of the Universe line. I did start collecting those probably around the same time or before me and my boy Dave, my childhood friend David, start really collaborating again. And I was contemplating to get back into G.I. Joe anyway. And when he was like, yo, and I was like, oh shit. So that just, that speared me into just going head first into it. And that's why I've been ever since. And my plan was to strictly stay G.I. Joe and Transformers, but sometimes there are those nostalgic lines that you liked, and you're like, what the hell with it, Being that I have so much people that I'm cooling behind me now, I don't pay nowhere near the price I would have paid for this stuff if I passed it up or got it elsewhere. So that's basically where I'm at with that. Like, you see the mask figures right here. Speaking of that, yesterday at the show, a lot of people did have masks, but everything they had of mask, I didn't need. And I didn't remember which figures I may need. But I'm pretty sure almost all the mask figures I did see I already had. There was not one mask vehicle that I didn't have, because if there was, I would have gotten it. Outside of that, I did go there not only for Mythic Legions, but I was going there to try to find a robot. A Voltron, which you probably see right behind me in that video from from last week. Right here, I actually took it out. That's the Lion Bot, one of the original Lion Bots from the 80s. This one guy, Mexican dude, he had the Japanese one. He wanted $350 for it. A couple months ago, I seen Voltrons for $250. Now all of a sudden at this show, everybody and their grandmother who have Voltrons, they were all asking $300 and better. Now I think his was a better condition one. He said it was from his personal collection, and he wanted $350 for it. And it was the original Japanese one, as I said it for the third time. And he had the sword and the shield, and I was like, okay, well, what's the other stuff? And he said, oh no, it's just that. I said, then it's not complete. I wasn't trying to be an a-hole, just that, you want $350 for something, and it's missing the missiles and some other stuff to complete it, whether it has the box or not. $350 is a lot of money. So I told him, I'll do 3. And he was like, $325. And I'm like, let me think about it, because I'm still walking around the show. And that was that. So the other dude, I paid $400 for that Lion Bot that I just showed you guys. Complete in box. It was missing one little intricate weapon. Everything has great chrome on it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I paid $400 for that. 12 Marvel Legend figures and 10 Cops and Crook figures. So basically for an extra $75 when you think about it, because he agreed, he knocked it down to $3 325. So for extra $75, I got a Lion Bot in the box with all weapons missing one little intricate weapon piece in the box, in great condition like his, stiff joints and everything. And I got 12 freaking Marvel Legend figures and fucking 10 Cops and Crook figures for extra $75. So as I'm walking to meet my son around to the other side, he's seen a box. He said, oh, wow. So he had a dumb look in his face. He had that, damn, maybe I should have gave this to this guy look. And I mean, it's like I purposely had it in that hand and I purposely did that. I wasn't even thinking about it. But as I was walking by him, I was looking in his direction. And he was like, oh, wow. And he had a stupid look in his face. And he's like, oh, so you got a Voltron anyway? I said, yeah. And I think he did ask what was the price. And I said, oh, that's not important or something like that. And I just kept it moving. But I know he had that, damn, I should have just gave it to him for the fucking $300. I'm pretty confident he still has that thing. Because I don't know if he did both days. I don't know if he did yesterday and today. Because I didn't go. Today I did okay. I basically went out there to make money to help pay for some of this G.I. Joe stuff from Eddie. So I did sell off some stuff. Some guys, Matt, Jerry's Matt. Not the Matt that I brought the Optimus Prime and the 2 Tiger Force G.I. Joes from yesterday. But Jerry's Matt, the one that I met years ago in Comic-Con, and there's a small world type of thing. He purchased some stuff. Scottish Mike, he actually was at the show yesterday. He would have got me in for free. But I went later on because that whole thing with what happened in the flea market, and my sons had to get ready and all that other stuff. So I just decided to pay for all of us to get in. But because I'm a vet, I showed my card and everything, and I didn't have to pay to get in, and my kids got a discount. So outside of that, I did see Scottish Mike today, and I was like, oh, what the hell are you doing here? I was like, real shocked. And I was like, oh, maybe he's gonna come here then go to the show. But he's like, oh no, I only did the one day. So he brought a couple things for me, and a couple other people did, and that was cool because not only did it help pay for the stuff I brought from the guy for $250, but then the guy that I brought the two the Nintendo and Super Nintendo mini classics off of, it helped pay for that, and it put money in my pocket. Then I went inside to I can't even think, to Kevin, and I sold him some video game stuff that didn't sell outside because the right people weren't there. I had a couple people that inquired about it, but I wanted to sell all of it as a whole. So anyway, make a long story short, Kev brought it, and that was good too. And then I actually supposed to have put that money, and I spent the money on other shit. I was like, F it, I'm going toy hunting. So I was already back up here by like 11:15 or something like that. And then I wound up going to Watchung, Jersey, and I went into that Target. So that took like 35 or so minutes. Then like in the same mall area, but at the other end, another 5 minutes. Well, technically another 25 minutes. So that was basically an hour. Then the 15 minutes to drive back up through Union. Then going to that Target, and I was there for a while. So that's another 30 minutes. So anyway, by the time I finished doing everything and I got home like around 2, 3 ish. Then I unloaded the truck because I gotta go back to Eddie and pick up my my USS Flag box. We made a deal on the box. Some of y'all probably like, what? Yeah, the box had the inserts and everything to it. And you know, those boxes go for like over $1,000 by itself. The box is just as sought after and just as wanted as the actual aircraft carrier itself. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but I do have the box. We made a deal. We made a final deal yesterday after 2 weeks of negotiating. Because he did sell his flag to somebody else, and I really didn't want to buy an extra flag with the box. I just really wanted the box because I already have a flag, and I didn't need two. And then I didn't want to deal with. I mean, it was whatever. So, and being that my son drove, it wouldn't have fit in my Mustang or his because that box is huge. That's a big box. So I was like, you know what? Let me just unload the truck, and so I did. I unloaded the truck, put everything in the garage, and now I have space. So tomorrow in the morning, I'm going to meet up with Hector, show him the Lego stuff, work a deal out with him, try to get cash instead of trade, or both. And then from there, I got to call him as a matter of fact. And then from there, I'll probably call Eddie's in the morning too and see what he wants to do and when he's going to go there. Maybe meet up with him early and then let him work out a deal after I pick up the box, or maybe I'll pick up a couple of more pieces while I'm there. I don't know yet. Still working those kinks out, and let me just start showing you this stuff because y'all been sitting here listening to me for over half an hour, and I still haven't showed you anything. So first off, I can't show you the stuff I picked up earlier as far as the Lego stuff because everything's in the truck, but that's not important because it's not for me or anybody else. But it was 3 bins. They were all not full, but they weren't empty neither. One did have mainly the Lego, like the Lego stands that you put a lot of figures and stuff on or whatever. There was like a soccer box. I didn't even look in the box. I just figured for $250 he had some figures and a lot of Lego, and I knew it was a nice amount of weight. And I from Hector, I got a big bin, like maybe. Oh, you can't really see my arm. Maybe yay big, like one of the biggest, longest bins, and it was like the big blue rubber bin, Rubbermaid one. And I basically put 2 bins of it in it, and it's fucking full. That's how big. It's the biggest one they have, and it's like real long and it's deep. It's probably about, maybe you guys can't even see it. It's probably like this deep. And the opening is it's huge. Like if I lift it up, I gotta like really use my legs and really like this and put it in. That's how big and deep it is. And then there's still like another little bin of like little intricate stuff, in another bin, with the figures and stuff like that. So I told him that there's miscellaneous toys in there, mainly Lego, but who knows what's all in there. But anyway, it is what it is. And then, of course, that was the second deal because, like, the other guy, I brought this stuff from earlier, and I asked him, on the table, I asked him how much. And he wanted $1, and I was like, eh. And I was like, well, would you do 80? And he's like, sure. I don't plan on selling it. I plan on keeping it because I'm like, you know what, since I got rid of all this video game stuff, I decided to just stick more to, like, mainstream systems. Because, Sega, I love Sega, but Sega don't really have a really good... it has collectors that wants that stuff, but people are more into Nintendo and Sony stuff. I got rid of everything. As you can see, all this stuff behind me was all video game stuff. Because it's like, I only had it for display purposes. I was like, you know what? I'll play him. Every once in a while I'll play him, but I'm like, I'm never going to play these damn things. And I think the last time, because I got an Xbox down here, right around this area in this cabinet, a blue a shitty painted blue Xbox 360 I got years ago when I lived in Queens. A guy came from the Bronx, came to my house, dropped it off to me, and it's got like emulators in it. So every time I play some of those games on it, I'm like, it's so boring now. It's like now even handhelds, like the Switch is like the best handheld. I mean, I love it, man. I mean, you know, and then I actually got the OLED last week, so I spent about $5,000 already in this month on just stuff. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me show you guys this stuff. Like, see, I always like giving, what the hell is it? I always like giving a background to, you know, I know I don't edit my videos, but I love giving a background to where and what I got and how I got it and stuff like that. I know, you know, my videos are elongated and shit. But here, and this is the original, that is definitely, that is definitely original, not knockoff. And, now I can't even open it. There we go. So here's, first thing I do, I open everything up. And just from opening it up, boom. Like, it's got all the original plant stuff in it. And I had these from GameStop before, and I opened both of them up, and then I sold them when they were going for like a lot of money. So I know, just the packaging alone, it's original. It's the official original, and I only know that because I brought the Super Nintendo and the NES. I think I got one from GameStop and one from Target, or one or the other. I know I didn't get none of them from Walmart because Walmart didn't have them. By the time Walmart had them, they were already going for crazy money. And of course, you can always tell the original crap here. Well, here is the whatchamacallit. Oh, I thought it was broken. But yeah, here's a USB, the charger, charging port, and here are the controllers. None of this is 3D printed. These are real Super Nintendo controllers. Get the imprint in the back. Like I said, I only brought it because a lot of people be selling a lot of these fake inside the market. Even the ones that say Nintendo on it, but you can always tell. Again, I had both of these legit from the stores, so I know. I always know how they look, and you guys probably can't really see that imprint because of the glare from the camera. Like, I didn't even know this thing had an LED. I was just playing around with it, like, you know, trying to move it better because like my view is not that great because of the lighting. And here it is. This thing has a camera. That's pretty bad. That's cool. So that was definitely the best camera thing I got. And oh yeah, I didn't show you guys the Super Nintendo. That would make more sense, right? I showed you everything but that. Again, you probably can't see because of the glare, but that is official. The real deal, Holyfield, official. That's the real deal thing there. Again, some of y'all might be like, well, how can you really tell? I just explain it to you. They have some good knockoffs, but when you have the official original, you know. And again, like I said, I got one from Target and one from GameStop. I just can't remember which was which. I think I actually got the Super Nintendo from GameStop, and because like months later, the Super Nintendo was released months later, and the regular NES, I think the NES I did what I'm getting in Target. Because at that time, GameStop didn't have them. And I think this one I got in GameStop. So, yeah, that would explain it. And, of course, this one as well. Same thing. It's the real thing. Real deal, Holyfield. You see. I know sometimes people are like, oh, how can you talk to the box? This one, unfortunately, doesn't have the insert. And I didn't have to buy it. But, Here we go. And this person definitely played this one. And here are the Nintendo cards. Nintendo. It's a me, Mario. And that's how you know. The two different, you guys can't really see because of the glare. I'm sorry about that. But then the front. I know some people are going to be like, oh, but how can you really, haters out there. Haters are everywhere. Haters. That is the real thing, my friends, my brothers and sisters. Everybody. Whoop, upside down. So this is real. So, yes, sirs. So there you guys have it. Yeah, buddies. And, yeah, man. So even if it was fake, and or even if I did decide to resell it, I should be able to get easily I should be able to get 150 for both. If I decide to sell them, you know what I mean? I can, or I should be able to. Which is a good chance I might just turn around and resell them. Or I might just put them in my showcase here because I have some handhelds I'm gonna get rid of. I don't think I might just keep a PSP just for purposes. I don't know. I don't really know how I'm gonna do that. So that and then I got this today too. Kevin and his girlfriend owns 2 stores. Kevin mainly manages and oversees Video Nuts, and then his girlfriend Melba, she actually owns and oversees the toy store. I mean, they both operate both, and they both deal with both if one is not around or whatever, because they both own both of them. But she deals strictly with the toy stuff. He deals with the video game stuff. He has a manager and a new employee that works the video game area with him while he's doing whatever, and she mainly has one person with her outside of Kevin. So as Kevin was testing the stuff that I brought him, I went over to her, and she gives me good deals on stuff. She doesn't really give people a lot of good deals, so, but she does me. Yeah, I'm special. I got an extra one of these Predator King guys. I was gonna pick up a Predator King yesterday at the toy show. I should have, because it was 300 and the guy wanted 350 for it. And I think the last show I did in Woodbridge, a guy had it, and I think he wanted 3 for his, and his was complete as well. So I was like, I didn't want to pay 3 then, so why am I gonna give this guy extra $50 at a show that I just spent a lot of money on? So yeah, I got him. I don't remember his name. I don't even know why I brought it, but I know normally with her, she'll give me a deal anyway, but I get a better deal if I buy more than one item off of them. So that's what I did. Last Sunday, I gave her and Kevin a great deal on a lot of crap they brought off of me. And, she takes care of me because I take care of them. And, that's how you keep the doors flowing. You keep the doors going as they speak. Then I got a Mirage. They actually had $70 on this Mirage, which was kind of high, I think. But, seeing how much people charge yesterday, I did see him. One guy wanted $45 for Mirage by himself yesterday at the show. Another guy wanted $35 for him, and the spoilers were broken on it. And I basically paid her. I ain't gonna say what I paid because they're friends. So I got this stuff from her. You got Mirage with his weapons, and this guy. And let's just say I paid. I'm not gonna say. It's none of your business. Plus, sometimes somebody from Columbus or somebody who knows them may personally see this and get offended, or maybe it might get back to them and they may not like it and be like, oh, well, you give this guy this. Like sometimes when you deal with people that you personally know, maybe sometimes you should just keep things the way it is. See, I know Eddie won't give a shit because Eddie's the kind of person be like, well, I know him and that's my boy, and if I start dealing with you the way I deal with him, then I'll give you a discount too. But but some people are not like that. Eddie just won't. He won't give a shit whether you buy from him or not, and that's how I am in the market too. That's why a lot of people don't like me, because I tell people all the time, I'm gonna sell this stuff anyway. It may not sell today, but to be honest, whatever you're gonna buy is not gonna break the bank and make me rich. So it is what it is, and I tell people that sometimes because some people can be very demanding and disrespectful because they figure, oh, you're here selling, so hey, I'm the guy with the money and this and that. People don't understand. You know, hello, if I'm in a flea market selling stuff, it takes money to make money, yes. But I'm not desperate for the money. Nobody in the flea market is desperate. Just because some people may look bummy or some people may have junk all around the place and have a busted up vehicle while they're selling stuff, they want money because they spend money to make it. But don't look down on them, because a lot of us make more money than a lot of you guys out there. Like, you got a lot of people out there who think, oh, this and that, and that's not necessarily the truth. Because, like, you know, truth be told, man, you know, a lot of people bust their ass for, you know, and after taxes and everything, they come home with maybe $500-$600. If you're lucky, $500-$600, and that's high end. You know, if you're lucky, you know, you come home with $500-$600 a fucking week, and not even bi-weekly. I'm talking about weekly. So imagine a person that can sit back, scratch their butt for 4 or 5 days out of the week, go buy stuff little by little, and then go to a flea market and on a slow day make $400-$600 on a slow day. So don't look down on flea market vendors, man. Don't, because I don't think nobody should look down on anybody. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in now, is it? All right, now moving on. I'll get to this big bag later. Oh, yeah, I didn't even show you guys, damn, the stuff I got from Eddie. I'll go backwards later, because this is going to be a long video. Obviously, you guys know when I start talking, I don't stop. So I did get this today. You're probably like, damn, you forgot the video from Eddie. Yes, you're right, I did. So, I had these before. I never had an Evil Lynn. I think I did get I think maybe I did or didn't get Merman. I'm not really too familiar with remembering. But I did get out this line a while ago, and I forgot what I did with them. I sold them or did something with them. I think I traded or sold off the collection for other stuff, because that was back when I was really concentrating more on G.I. Joe. And my G.I. Joe collection grew more because of that. And I still collect the Transformer stuff. Even, not only G1. I'm thinking about coming upstairs and doing the G1 Beast Wars. I'm not too sure yet. But I did pick these two up today. Evil Lynn. This is the other version of her. Because there's two versions. Like, she got the regular yellow skin, and then this like translucent glow-in-the-dark skin. And then you have Merman. So I do have to pick up the original Skeletor and He-Man, because Hector, when he traded the last 3 bins of Lego I got from him, he wanted a certain amount of money for his whole Masters Universe collection. And from what he gathered, it was worth it, because I think somebody could have made $150 or something like that on top of what he asked. But with this, he basically gave me his whole collection, like what he had. And Fisto, but he had the battle damage or battle armor. He had the battle armor He-Man and Skeletor. And I think I did see He-Man and Skeletor somewhere else, but those are 2 figures I should be able to pick up almost anywhere. And I decided, you know what, this is gonna be one of those collections like my Final Faction collection from the dollar store. I'll just keep them in the bins for now, and I'll just try to collect the whole series and see where I'm at from there. Because I got Castle Grayskull, which is like the hard to find piece of this. I do have the Man at Arms Soldier. That I think that was definitely a rare piece, because I haven't seen that nowhere, not even at a toy show. So I don't know how Hector got his hands on that, but still in all, pretty cool. And that's why I got these guys. I do believe I have Faker, and I have Fisto. So I do got to get He-Man and Skeletor, which is ironic because they were all over the place everywhere. Now they're not even peg warmers no more. You could barely find them. And I gotta get Battle Cat, which is funny because a week or 2 ago, well, before I did this deal with him, I seen Battle Cat and Panther everywhere. I did pick up Panther today. I'm gonna show you guys that. I was gonna pick up the realistic fur one, but the only place that had it was Walmart, and Walmart is crazy. They want $40 for the fucking thing. I do want to get that version of it, and it's funny because I swore that was like $25 a while ago. You know, because I've had it before. But whatever. So I did get these two, and they both came from Walmart, and I got them to basically put them with the other collection. So that's my plan. My plan is to get these the Revelation stuff. I plan on displaying them. These guys, I'm just gonna hold them and just keep buying them, and then that way, if I do decide to sell, it'd be a whole collection of it. Because me, I'm more into like selling shit in bulk than individual. Because you do individual, people want to cherry pick the best stuff, and then you're stuck with the garbage. But if you sell a whole collection of shit, that makes people think twice on buying everything to either resell or they're like whatever. So it's just easier that way. It's easier to get rid of and sell off a whole collection of something, or even trade it for something else than, or as close to a collection as possible. But being that I have that Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull, that really ups the ante. And it's actually not even just boxed, but it's still in the brown shipper, so that's even better. And then I got this from Walmart. Oh yeah, this was on sale. Cause I had to look at the pictures. And this is the Wind Raider. There's a Sky something and a Wind Raider, and I always get them two mixed up. So I did pick this up today too. As I said, I just want to try to get all of it. Try to get as much as possible. So yeah, this is I don't know which wave. I do think I gotta get Hordak. I don't remember if he has it or not. And the Castle Grayskull, they come with a sorceress, and then and then they re-released her by herself in a different outfit and everything. I do like how they did that. They gave you her with the all silver on, then they gave you another one with a different color. So that's pretty cool. That way it gives you the idea of having two different outfits for her. So yeah, and this was actually the best box they had because I had to look at 5 different ones, and this was the better one. So yeah, pretty cool. And again, I'm only buying them to not really to hold on to it, but to decide if I'm like, okay, you know what, just that I might as well just try to get as many as I can to complete it. So that way, that's where I'm at with that. Real quick, because I had to charge my phone. My phone was dead all day because I didn't charge it last night. And like I said, I woke up late to go to the market, so I gotta take pictures of everything. And I got this idea from doing the Mythic Legion stuff because I know which Mythic Legions. I don't know them. I don't know none of their names and nothing. So I said, let me take pictures of the ones I have so I can make sure I don't buy the same ones twice, which I almost did yesterday. So the He-Man stuff. So the stuff I got from Hector is the Battle Armor He-Man, Battle Armor Skeletor, Clamp Champ, which I almost picked him up today, and Mosquito, which I almost picked him up today as well. And then I got Ram Man too. So I basically got those 5. And then you got the Eternian Palace Guard. And of course Kaldor and Origins of Cronus, which is basically before he becomes Skeletor and Trapjaw. So I did get that from him in a deal. And then of course we have Prince Adam and the Sky Sled. I always get the Sky Sled mixed up with the Wind, whatever the hell this thing is called again. So I had to go to this to realize what was going on. Then I have the Battle Armor He-Man and Battle Cat. Then you got the Land Shark. And now going to the regular figures, I have Roboto, Triclops, Hordak. I didn't even know I had him. That the same sorceress I was talking about in the different colors. Faker, He-Man, Buzz Off. Jitsu, Shadow Orko, the regular first edition Evelyn. She-Ra, Prince of Power, Snow Glow. Oh my god, I always get his name mixed up. What's his name again? Scare Glow, Snow Glow, and Stratus. I got both versions of Stratus, the gray and the tan. Oh, I do have Tila, and then you have Evil Seed. So I have Tila and Evil Seed. So I gotta get Man at Arms. Beastman. I did see Beastman somewhere too. I automatically thought I had him here, but I don't. So I gotta get Man at Arms. I gotta get Beastman. Man at Arms, Beastman, which I had before. Man at Arms, Beastman, He-Man, and Skeletor. So those should be basic figures to find. They shouldn't be that hard to find. So I showed you guys the Wind Raider. You guys seen the second version of Evelyn and Merman. I think they did make another Tila too. I can't remember. And now getting to the big bag. The big bag. A big butt. A big butt. Is it big butt or big, whatever? And there's big bag here. And I think there's two different things. I think they came from different stores. Alright, so what we got in this bag here? So, this NECA piece I did get. Did I get all this from the same girl, the same store? Actually, I'm already here. I might as well show it. So, the same young lady, redheaded, little cute white girl. So, I guess on the weekend she worked at this location. Real cool, very helpful. She was the one that brought out the Signature Series, Elvira and Fugitoid. I almost put them back. I'm like $100. And this week I did a little bit more research on them and realized that I came up. Because a lot of people at the shows will talk about them. It's called the NECA Haul-a-thon or something like that. I didn't pick up the Elvira from her. This other guy who's a collector, he grabbed it off the shelf quick because she put it down. He said, oh, I'll take that. So I thought he was going to have more. Then I found out that that's not necessarily the case. Yesterday I did pick up 2 pieces from NECA. Didn't realize the boxes were damaged, but whatever. I'll hold on to them until I get better boxes. It's not going to kill me. I got to bring them upstairs, as a matter of fact. So this is the Superhero series. It says Toxicity Now, which is like another version of Mockman, but it's like a radioactive version. I mean, I guess he's already radioactive anyway, ain't he? But it's really dope looking, man. All that green, really, really nice, and it's definitely, I think, glow in the dark, or it seems to appear to be. I didn't have this one. I know I have him, but I thought I had this one too, but I didn't. So got it now. It's like $35 basically. And then this guy. Yeah, I don't have this one. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it somewhere. Can I get to it? $150 for this. It's like NECA prices are crazy. So we got the 4-pack Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo. Obviously Michelangelo being the youngest. The Turtle 4-pack. Which is ironic considering that I got the 2-pack of them. They came out with the 2-packs and then now they come out with the 4-pack of it. So now I got both. And I have the 2-pack movie ones. I swear I thought I had the 2-pack Shredder and Splinter from the movie, and I don't. Cause I'm looking at all the NECA that I have, and I'm like, I thought I had it. I do have the movie 4-pack of Michelangelo. Well, one of the 2-pack of them. I got both packs of that. And then I have I have Splinter's Master and I have Shredder. Yeah, Splinter's Master and Shredder before he became Shredder. His whatever the fuck it is. So I got that. So I do got to go back and get the the Splinter versus Shredder one. I got to get that now. But $60. It's like, I think that shit was like 44 or 50. NECA's going up in price. Everybody's going up in price, but damn, So I did get these 2 today. She did have another Rocksteady and Bebop I could have and should have picked up to resell, but I left it because I think that may be a piece that maybe I don't know, but I did pick this up. This is basically $200 right here. This is like $200 right here. When you think about it after the taxes and everything, that's like what, $190, $199 or some shit like that. That's what they came up to. $150 and basically 40 something bucks. So that's like $199. $200. Then I picked these up in another Target. I got Stridor to get that out the way. And I picked up the Panther, the regular version of Panther, which he was like $14.99 in Target. So he was like basically the same price as the figure. And of course, I don't see the realistic fur flock, what we want to call it, version of these in Target no more. I've seen them months ago, like a couple months ago, all over the fucking place. And now the only place I see it is in Walmart. Walmart wants $40 for it. I'm not giving you $40 for this. They, you know, I mean, come on, like I'm just gonna turn around and resell it in the future as a whole collection. And again, Strido, the best box one they had, which is all the way in the bottom and the back. So for now, I got basically all of these things. I guess there is they're already up to so many waves. You got the Flying Fist He-Man. You got another Sorceress now. Wait, no, actually I think that's the same Sorceress. Okay, so I think those are. It says new for 2022. So I guess this year I got to get the Flying Fist He-Man and the Terror Claws Skeletor. And let's see what's in the back of this one. Yeah, it says new for 2021. So, got She-Ra, Battle Armor He-Man, Battle Armor Skeletor, Merman, Roboto. I gotta get Zodiac too. So I gotta make a list of what I need. So I gotta get Battle Cat, Zodiac, regular He-Man, regular Skeletor, Man at Arms, and Beast Man. I need to write that down so I remember what's what. Because I do want, I did decide to want this line. So, yeah, buddies. And then I got this, speaking of Transformers. I said if I ever come across it in a while, I'll grab it, even though the box is damaged. And the kid did give me a discount on it. So I think I paid like 40-something, 48 or something like for this. This is the Carnation Starscream. Now, this is what got me into collecting Transformers. When I saw people's videos on, well, the line, I think it was like, what, War of Cybertron? Excuse me a second, that's my wife. Hello? Mm-hmm. Alright. Alright. Alright, so I gotta go and give Isaiah some instructions. Let me tell you something. The best way to keep a happy life, the best way to have a happy life is to keep your wife happy. So, you know, obviously in my household, women rule. So I'm not one of these, I like to keep everything peaceful in my household. I'm not afraid of my wife, but I don't like hearing bitching and stuff. And it's just better to listen, you know, like I said, yeah, you want a healthy life and a better life, happy wife. So I did get this. I do love this line. I love these Transformers. They have zero to almost none kibble. They stand, the balance and the way they stand and the quality to them are fucking beautiful. They in vehicle modes, they're gorgeous. In the robot mode, even better. They have articulated ankle, pivot, everything. Like they can stand in a lot of action poses that your Generations and the Generations is like the better line out of all of them. Like those in the was it the Titan whatever line, like those are great line. Like those lines, I think that's where they got these from. As far as like how these figures look, they're a little better, but what makes the Generation so nice is how nice they look. And it's the same thing for the Titan Returns or Titan, whatever the hell they call them. Those are pretty dope too. But like when you think of the Cybertron and Armada, nice lines and nice concepts to what they were doing, but too much kibble on a lot of their figures, and a lot of them can't stand very well, and a lot of them have that off equilibrium balance. Kind of similar to NECA. I think NECA is garbage. I think their quality is shit. I think NECA stuff looks better in the box. I did buy NECA stuff yesterday, but I brought all that stuff to purely sell, not to keep. The only thing from NECA I collect is the turtle stuff, and like maybe a couple of miscellaneous things here and there, but that's only because I keep them boxed. If I had to take them out, everybody I know who take them, they like this shit. Everybody talking about how turbo they are, and that's why a lot of people say, hey, I sold off all my turtle shit that NECA did, and I only do Super 7. I actually like the NECA stuff because it's easy access, and I'm to the point now where if I'm gonna go to a store and buy something at a hobby shop, I prefer to do that with a hot toy or something that's not really, you know what I mean? I don't really plan on going to a hobby shop just to buy a Super 7 figure or whatever. For that, I might as well just buy it from Big Bad Toy Store and have it delivered. You know what I mean? But that's a line I really don't want to get into. I like the I like the NECA box artwork better. You know, that's why I collect the NECA stuff, because I enjoy the hunt, and it's cheaper. I mean, it's not that much cheaper, but you know, you're not buying individual figures versus with NECA, you get certain figures. I mean, yeah, you're paying $50, $60, but you're getting two for the price you would normally pay for one, give or take a couple dollars off and on. But I just personally like the NECA stuff better as far as the thrill of the hunt. And I think, I'm not gonna say you get more bang for your buck. It's just more accessible, and it's more to me of an achievement to be able to find it in the wild than, you know, buying it from a store. And don't get me wrong, I like Super 7, but I think that shit is overpriced. NECA stuff ain't that far behind them neither, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, I did pick up this guy. So that's basically everything we got today. Everything. The He-Man stuff and all this stuff was just about you figure the two NECA turtle things was like $199. That Stridor was $25, I believe, and then that Panther was $15. So 15 and 25, that's $40. So 40, and that's $240 right there. $240, and then another $50 on that Transformer with tax. So we're already at a little over 300, and then the that wind thing, I think that was like, I already forgot the price of that. So whatever, close to 400. I would say I spent about $400 for them. Has a receipt. Okay, so yeah, the leader class, what's it called, was $49.99, and he gave it to me for $42.49. The Panther rung up for $24.99, but it was on sale for $13.79. And then the Master of the Universe was $29.99. So I think that was Stridor. With tax and everything, came up to $91.99. So basically, it came up to $92 for just those three items. So whatever, I'm all over the freaking place with this. So I'm gonna bag this stuff to get ready to go take downstairs. So I gotta get ready to go tell Isaiah to go do what he gotta do, and or make sure he's asleep or going to sleep. Make sure he charges his phone and laptop. But tomorrow morning, make sure he takes a shower, brush his teeth, do everything he's supposed to do, because braces are not cheap, and you know, I never needed braces. Of course, you know, I got that messed up tooth because I used to do full contact fighting, and I should have lost this tooth about 35 years ago. So I'm not self-conscious about my tooth, to be honest, because I should have been lost it. So it doesn't bother me. But, you know, I never needed braces. Like my younger brother Lloyd and my sister Zona had braces. And I never needed them because I had good, strong, straight teeth. You know, like you can see from the bottom, you know, they're yellow as hell now. I don't know why. But somebody said as diabetics that happens too. Because my teeth used to be like a little off-white. They were not this yellow. I don't drink, I don't smoke, or nothing like that. And they're like a real, like almost like, to me, like almost this yellow. I don't like it. But diabetic, I did so much stuff, tried so much shit, and it's not working. So I got to the point, I'm like, you know what? I don't give a shit. I don't care. And plus, I never really been a person that really cares about vanity. That was never my thing. You know, women, you know, it's different. You know, women always like to be sexy and stuff, and you know how they get. And the older they get, you know, they want to try all this shit, and you know, you stand behind your wife and your woman, but women and vanity is just what it is, man. Society have women thinking they're not really sexy or beautiful into this and that, and sometimes you talk to your wife, they're like, you just tell them that. You know, they just sometimes, you know, women always take compliments from strangers way better than they ever will from the man that sleeps with them and procreate and everything else. They're just weird. Women are weird like that. I don't even know what to say. It is what it is. You know, I'm not just, you know, I'm not with you because you're ugly. I'm with you because I love you and because you're beautiful. I mean, no matter how many kids we got, if my wife get way overweight or become ugly or unattractive, I mean, you're just ugly and unattractive. I'm not gonna just be with you just cause. I'm with you because you're sexy. But you can't tell them that sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so moving on. 22 of these guys. So y'all want to see what $1,700 look like? And again, Eddie is a reseller. You know, he's a guy that he buys and sells, and you know, he buys and sells. And you know, he does toy shows, and he's an eBayer. So you know, this is how he makes his living. This is how he pays for his. This is how he keeps the lights on, pay for food, put clothes on his family's back. This is how he pays his rents, his insurances, and this is how he takes care of his family. You know, thank God that his son and his oldest daughter are independent. They work and they live on their own. So it's him, his wife, and his younger daughter. But you know, man, still got responsibilities. And as a father, you're always gonna have your hand out. I mean, your hands always gonna be stretched out to give out for your children. It doesn't matter how old they get. They always gonna be. This is what they're gonna do to the day you leave the earth. So moving on to the first one, we have this Cobra Commander. I think I already have him. Wait, did I show you guys this last night? I probably didn't. I don't know. But I really got him mainly for the weapons to complete mine. And I think I left my G.I. Joe book at his storage yesterday because I don't remember putting it back in my son's car. Because I grabbed this bag of stuff and we left the USS Flag box because it was no way it was fitting in my son's car. Which means it ain't gonna fit in his Mustang, ain't gonna fit in mine. And so that's why I emptied out the truck. So that way tomorrow I can go pick that up and transport it. So you got this Cobra Commander. This is the 1991 Cobra Commander. Then we got here, and this guy had everything individually numbered and all. This is the 94 Storm Shadow. This is like a see-through one or whatever. He's not an easy piece to come by. He's like a frost see-through. Some of these are expensive, man. Then here, we have here, I needed him, a 1982 short fuse. Complete, great condition. The 82, non-swivel arm. He's expensive. Then here we have the 1993 Grunt. Also complete. The tan, I needed him. Then here we got he's expensive. You got the Melloway 93 Interrogator. Very expensive. He's like $200. I mean, I could have just got the more expensive stuff from him and left all this other shit behind, but I want to try to complete the collection as fast as possible. I know I have him, but I picked him up anyway. This is, because he's an Army builder. It's a 92 Hella Viper. I may have at least one or two of him, or may not have none of them. I don't remember. And without my book, I don't know. That's why I didn't deal with this stuff. And he's expensive. 1992 Toxo Viper. He's an expensive piece. Then here we got here a 93 short fuse. So I have 92 and 93, also complete. And he, obviously you can tell because he actually has the swivel arms. I needed both of those. So this way I can help try to complete my 82 to 83 line and concentrate more on the other stuff. Then here, speaking of that, we have a 1982 Steeler driver. He's actually complete as well. And here we got a Night Force complete Spearhead and Max. Very expensive piece. Especially finding him. Any Night Force figure complete is crazy. This is about $150 by himself. All day. He's got every weapon and he's got Max. Bam. Mostly everything here I just showed you guys are, they're all probably around minimum $50. or more. And I think that's even. I think I'm underselling myself. Then here we got a 94 Viper. Complete. I don't think I have one of him anyway. So now I do. And now because I got this stuff from Eddie, there's a good chance I'll probably wind up seeing a lot more of this stuff. Here we got a Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders Footloose 89. I think I have one, but some of my Marauder stuff is like busted up and stuff, but I keep them anyway. And he is complete. And here we have Major Altitude, another Mellow Wave from 93. He's another expensive piece. He's also over $100. Major Altitude. This goes to one of these. I think it goes to a Cobra Commander or something like that. And then here we have a Night Force Lieutenant Falcon. Also an expensive piece. Night Force figures and Night Force vehicles are crazy pricey. And we got a Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders Mutt and Junkyard. Also complete. He's also another figure that's around 80 or more. $70 to $80. He's not as expensive as Night Force, but he ain't cheap neither. Then here we got a Star Brigade. Star Brigade figures are expensive. I don't know why, but they are. You have here 94 Cobra Commander Star Brigade. Also complete. My dear Commander. And then we got here another piece that's not easy to find, and it's I think his name is Jin Zhu, 1993. Basically just a repaint and a rename of the Hooded Storm Shadow. Not a cheap piece neither. Then here we got a 93 Astro Viper. Complete. Also another piece that's not cheap. I grabbed everything I knew I needed. Not realizing what they were going for. I just grabbed them. I think this is Zap. This is the 83 version of Zap. I think I need also 82. Then here we have Red Ninja from 93. Also a driver. Another piece that's not cheap. I mean, a lot of these guys are kind of cheesy, but they are not easy to find. And then we have here another Cobra Commander, which I may have this. Actually, I don't, because all these guys I looked up and I don't have them. This is the 93 Cobra Commander. I may or may not have him, but I know I don't have his weapons. So to have him complete, that helps the collection. Then here we got another big Night Force guy. He's actually missing the flashlights, but it's okay. This is the Night Force Tunnel Rat. Easy, $150. Some of y'all probably like, oh, that's crazy, man. To each his own. Then we have here the regular Interrogator from 91. Not cheap, too. Not nowhere near expensive as the Melloway. And then last but not least, we have here a 91 Exo Warriors Toxo Viper. These Toxo Vipers are not cheap. We got 1, 2, I already counted these though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was the weapons. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Did I say 22? I thought it was 24 of them. I just counted it, so 24 figures. So I'm gonna keep them in a bag until I identify them. I don't know where the book is. I'm hoping that I left it in my son's car, but I don't remember. This I paid $20 for yesterday. It is an M. Bison. I need to take a picture of him so that way this will be a piece I may not need if Eddie has it, because I already got it. right, and I think that's about it. That's everything, y'all. So thanks for watching this way over an hour and almost an hour and a half video. Please like, sub, share, and subscribe. Peace. Thank you again.